시청자 여러분, 여기는 김일성 광장입니다. 여기는 김일성 광장입니다. 잠시 후 여기 김일성 광장에서는 영적 조선인민군 창건 60돌 경축 열병식이 성대히 진행되게 됩니다. 여기 김일성 광장과 그와 이따운 대통로들에는 열병식에 참가할 항일혁명투사 종대들과 로병 종대들, 조선인민군 각 군종 및 병종 군사학교 종대들과 영예 근위사단 종대들, 조선인민경비대 종대들과 조선인민군 기계화 부대들, 노농적의대, 붉은 청년근위대 보병 및 기계화 종대들이 줄지어 정렬해 있습니다. 우리 당과 우리민의 위대한 수령이시며 영적 조선인민군의 창건자이신 김일성 대원수님께서 여러 나라 당 및 국가 수반들 군사 대문단 당당과 함께 광장 투석단에 나오셨습니다.
영적 조선인민군 장병들에게 영광이시라.
기타는 우로 다 앞으로 가.
jong-il 김일성 군장을 수여받은 3대 혁명 붉은기 김일성 군사종합대학 총대를 상대로 전군 강화의 골간을 이루는 각급 군사대학, 군사학교 열병 종대들의 열병 행진이 시작됐습니다. 시평상에 달하는 정수노정에서 군과 혁명 조국과 인민 앞에 역사의 길이 맨날 일면의 공적을 세운 이 당의 혁명전 부장력 조선인민군. 이 당과 혁명대오의 일심단계를 고수하고 당의 위협을 수하기 위해 기득들이 투쟁해온 참다운 충신들의 무장대오가 있음과 해서 우리 혁명의 단결의 중심, 인도의 중심은 확고히 보수되고 계승되는 것입니다. 위대한 수령이신 김일성 대원수님과 혁명하는 최고 사령관이신 김정일 동지를 필요로 목천권 만세의 관호를 덮치는 열병식 참가자들의 얼굴마다에 이 당의 전군 주체 사상과 방침을 높이 받들고 인민군대를 주체형의 피가 끓어넘치는 일패의 당군으로 엄하에 나아갈 녹색 신념이 비껴 흐릅니다. 바다의 그림에 격사대원들도 옥색에 자라나고 있는 바다의 그림에 격사대원들도 옥색에 자라나고 있는 대군 열병종대입니다. 어떤 침략자가 신성한 총기의 푸른 바다에 감히 기어들 수 있으랴. 지난 조국해방 전쟁 시기 조국의 바다를 지켜 싸운 해병들의 용맹스러운 그 기성이 대오에 차넘치고 있습니다.
On May 25th and April 24th, 2014, some newspapers wrote about North Koreans receiving 8 months military training in Switzerland, including shooting with assault rifles using standard NATO ammunition. Several North Koreans were trained for a period of 8 months, which has cost the rich Swiss 160,000 Swiss francs in a GCSP program costing 120 million Swiss francs for 800 participants a year.
아이고. 그러니까 뭐, 살살 났어.
어려움은 정복입니다.
잘 나갔어, 잘.
4단 김충경 사범입니다. 위대한 조건에서도 싸우면 반드시 이긴다는 필승의 신심을 가지고 강한 투지와 날랜 기술 동작들로 상대방을 제압하는 1대2 맞서기를 4단 전광천 사범이 수행하겠습니다. 다음은 4단 김성기 사범이 수행하는 발휘력을 보시겠습니다. 뛰며 덜려차기의 성판 5cm, 육차지르기의 10cm입니다. 내려차기의 8cm, 발등걸려차기의 벽돌 부상입니다. 이번에는 2단 리순금 선수의 전해차기입니다. 전해차기는 태권도의 정확한 발기술과 함께 높은 전해 기술을 요구하는 어려운 기술 동작입니다. 기술을 소유해야 합니다. 실지 여성의 몸으로 3명의 상대를 어떻게 제압하고 자신을 보호하는가 하는 것을 사단 김충경 사범이 보여드리겠습니다. 계속해서 탑 장애물 넘어 협차기입니다. 9명의 탑 높이야 맞먹는다는 것을 생각할 때 이 동작은 높은 저항력과 대담성을 요구하는 기술 동작입니다.
그렇지.
태권도인의 높은 육체적 준비를 보여주는 너무 공기를 보시겠습니다.
가운데로만 때리는구만, 가운데로.
마지막 앞서겠는데
앞주먹에 귀와 각각 10장, 둥주먹에 5장, 팔굽에 10장, 선칼등에 5장, 선칼에 벽돌 2장입니다.
북한 태권도의 특징이 어떤 거라고 생각합니까? 굉장히 강해 보이던데.
우리 장군님께서 안겨주신 배짱과 담력으로 싸웠다는 것밖에 별로 말할 것 없습니다.
우리도 태권도를 하나로 만드는데 크게 기여하고 있습니다. 따라서 조선은 앞으로도 하나 되어야하며 태권도도 하나가 돼야 한다고 생각합니다. 오늘 시범을 아주 기술은 없지만 오늘 힘이 있고 됐습니다.
저 성함 좀 말씀해 주십시오.
저 손호입니다.
예.
몇 달이세요? 4단입니다.
예, 고맙습니다.
GCSP stands for Geneva Center for Security Policy, and it's just one more of Octagon's NGOs to control the world. Yeah, there it is, the world. It's nothing less than the entire world. And this stripe here is part of the Vesica Pisces. It's the circle meeting another circle, which could be here. And if you do like this is the other part of the other circle, like here, then you get the oval. So they give one part of the Vesica Pisces, which is for organization, and so they want to make the other part, which should be here. That's what it means. Well, look at that. Where knowledge meets experience. Well, they got a lot of experience, eh? That's Switzerland. This is Octagon. Well, here's another one. It says impartial, inclusive, influential. Oh, that's arrogant, eh? Influential. So what do they want to influence here, eh? Well, there's some more. They call the GCSP a peace call. That's why they go shooting with military assault rifles and invite all sort of dictatorships whose dictators bring the wealth they stole from their peoples into Switzerland to the Swiss Nazi banks. I mean, why not invite representatives from other countries and play ping pong or volleyball instead of military training on firearms for better killing? If your NGO is a peace organization, well, Swissies know that by inventing ping pong players, you most likely won't be able to lay the foundations of total control, big business and for war. And this is how Octagon steers the world and probably only invites their own Swiss sleeper agents of their worldwide fifth column. Here it says, the Geneva Center for Security Policy. I put it all in the link so you can read the article, yeah. It was in more newspapers where when I wanted to film it, it wasn't on it anymore. So this one here is on the Stars and Stripes. Oh look, there's even no more place to put all the medals. I mean, what kind of a sick mind goes together with this here, what we can see here? What kind of a psychology is behind it? What kind of a character? I mean, this is sick. Oh. Well, no doubt Octagon discusses new and old techniques about concentration camps for the North Koreans with Switzerland's knowledge of the Nazi concentration camps. Well, if you have a peace NGO, then why not make music together instead of army target practicing with our images on the targets anyway? So it's clear the whole peace NGO is a big Swiss lie again. Well, do you think that in the evening they just discuss peace and some Swiss culinary specialities such as some Swiss melted dip cheese or what? It may rather be assumed the opportunist Swiss grasped the opportunity to ask, "Hey, we heard you had that bomb. And we don't like the great US Satan either. Listen, you have the bomb and we have a lot of US tax dollars we don't want to give back. So maybe we can work something out. Like we have some Swiss Pequeña Suiza Nueva Helvetia territories in South and Central America where you can install some of the launchers not far away from the big US Satan. Well, what do you think? You want some more wine and melted dip cheese?" And reality shows that the Swissies did the very same thing, attracting US billionaires not to pay their taxes in the US anymore. And Swissy has pleaded guilty to conspiracy for a US court this year. This is Octagon preparing World War III through their Swiss sneaky ways, just as Albert Pike, in reality a Swiss agent, predicted 3 world wars, and Swissy is working on it, I tell you. Yeah, it says, the Swiss conspiracy. They're very, very capable of conspiracy. It's coming out now. This is not a clean country. This is what they do. They lie, and there's conspiracy. You see, this is May 19, 2014. There's a lot of things, it's going faster and faster and faster. In the same week, many things came out, and yeah, it's getting dangerous. They're getting very unpredictable now. There are a lot of similarities between North Korea and Nazi Germany. They both like goose-stepping, as you can see here. Both have concentration camps. Both leaders tell their people of how much they love their people, which is a complete tactical lie and the best way to win the people's trust. And both have the Alpine powers behind the scenes, where Kim Jong-un even speaks Swiss German. And I wouldn't be surprised if Hitler did too. Swissies and their banks brought upon the Germans a dreadful economical crisis with hunger, poverty and starvation, miraculously resolved by the Führer or leader, whom they would die for afterwards, and they saw him as a god and Messiah, who delivered them from total misery, without understanding that these are Octagon's ancient techniques behind. The same in North Korea, where grandfather Kim Il-sung delivered the Korean people from the American aggressions initiated by Swiss sleeper agent President and General Eisenhower, who brought on Octagon's order the Cold War upon the world and totally misleading the American public through media psychological indoctrinations, false flags and plain lies. This is always setting innocent peoples up against each other, while Octagon of the Alps making a big buck. So these guys are the from the paper Nazis who came to the US through the paperclip operations, you know, giving the US a very bad name and setting peoples up against each other. But this is Octagon. Same thing happening now with Russia and the Ukraine and the Russian oligarchs and their Swiss bank accounts greasing the war machinery, as we can see here. Putin is just as bad as Obama, setting peoples up against each other, and fascism rising in Europe after Swiss work behind the screens. So this is the oligarchs, you know, greasing the war machinery. They are jihadists, you know, they're sending in jihadists from Chechnya, you know, to kill the Ukrainians. And well, this is what Putin really is like, and Obama, you know, they're all the same. The whole world is ruled by these pharaohs and their Swiss bank accounts and their oligarchs. There's also like Hitler, you know, and Kim Jong-un, the guy you just saw on the horse, you know, the big hero. There are Russians who are ready to die for Putin because he gave him some work. He took some measures against queers and, you know, not showing their bottoms, you know, to children like. But in fact, he doesn't care. He just wants to win the people's hearts. I mean, his grandfather or his father was a cook for Stalin. He was born into this aristocracy. He's part of the Tsars, you know. Wake up. So they're sending in jihadists, you know, for some money, you know, who want to kill some whiteys, you know. This is what they do. I mean, these are real slit throats, eh? Oh, yeah. So this is what Putin is like. All dictators. It's all the aristocracy. And it all comes back to Octagon. So North Koreans come and train, shoot rifles and discuss in Switzerland for almost a year. And their dictator Kim Jong-un even speaks Swiss German, Octagon's language, which is not that easy to learn, because for doing so you must make a detour and learn German first. So it must be clear that Kim Jong-un is one of those Swiss fifth column sleeper agents who speaks the mother tongue. So I'll show you the entire article. Oh, there's a lot more. Speak Swiss German, can you imagine? Right. I'll put the whole link in the under the video with the links. I'll put the whole article in there. So from 1993 till 2000, that's 7 years, the Korean dictator got trained and schooled in Octagon, in a school in the Swiss capital of the Bear called Bern, not very far from where we live, so I went filming there for you. You can read the whole article, put in the links. So here's some more about it. I'll show you the school here, there's the name, I'll show it to you later. And this article was in the Daily Mail. So this here is the school where the dictator of Korea went to school, Mr. Kim Jong-il. And this is the sporting ground where he used to play basketball. He was very into basketball, that's why Mr. Rodman, he visited him, like in Korea. So this is the it's a quiet area here. It's next to a quite sort of posh area as well. Könitz. It's part of Bern. So and he spoke Swiss German. You know, this is what I've been talking about. This is the Swiss fifth column. They can be Chinese, they can be Russian, they're everywhere, the Swiss. Everywhere. So he looks Chinese from the outside, or Asian. But he's not, he's Swiss. What do you think, a Korean? They say they hate the world and the Western world most of all. And why do they go to a school in the most western part of the Western world, Switzerland? Why do they do this? You know, it's all a lie. Just like Mr. Hitler, he lied about loving the Germans. Well, it's the same with Mr. Kim Jong-un and his father, Kim Jong-il. You know, they say, well, we love the Korean people and we love the German people. But in fact, what they do and what they did is like terrorizing the Korean people and the German people. It's all lies, you know. Politicians mostly say what we want to hear. You know, they're all liars, including Mr. Putin, all of them, all the politicians. They're all a bunch of liars. They tell us what we want to hear. So here did he go? Here he went to school. He even spoke Swiss German. And you know, for speaking Swiss German, you have to learn German first. You know, nobody just... I know Germans, you know, I've been here for 20 years. They don't speak a word of Swiss German. Because you won't understand it. Well, the Germans do. But... yeah, here it says basketball. This is what he used to do here in his time off. So this is how they did it, you know. A Swiss woman, she marries or she gets a child with a Korean guy. The guy, he gets sent back to his country, so don't make any children with any Swiss women, because there's a very big chance you would never see your child again. And then so the child is going to be raised in a Swiss manner. If the child is a girlie, she's going to marry or she's going to have a child with another Korean. And the child will be already much more the child will already be much more Asian looking. And same thing again, the father will be sent away, never sees his child again. So inside it's completely Swiss. You know. Well, this is one of the sporting grounds. He used to play basketball. Well, it doesn't look like basketball here, it's probably somewhere else. So this is still the school. So after 5 generations, you know, the offspring looks like Korean as any Korean. But inside, you know, it's Swiss. This is what they did in the US. This is what they did in Germany. Always. You know? So this is the school where Mr. Kim Jong-in in Lieberfeld or Könitz, where he went to school. And he left 2000. It's not very long ago. Well, he spent like 7 years in Switzerland. Well, why Switzerland, you know? Why Swiss? A dictator of Korean, he speaks Swiss German. Better than English. Well, usually they don't show it. It probably came out, which they didn't like very much, you know? So, yeah. This is the white nigger system. Excuse me my word, I don't believe like this, you know. So, this is why he played basketball, Mr. Kim Jong-un. So he spent like 7 years, or I don't know, playing basketball here. Yeah, you imagine. Huh? And all his brothers and sisters, 2 brothers and 1 sister, I think, they all went to school in Switzerland. In Geneva, Lausanne, and in Bern. So he didn't even go to like an international school. He did in the beginning, so he completely switched to a Swiss school, where they speak like only Swiss German. Looks nice and clean, you know. Looks peaceful, but it isn't. Yeah. You imagine, not so long ago, the dictator of Korea has been playing basketball here. I'll show you where he lived as well. Yeah. A bit of rain coming up. Yeah. Well. Kim, can I play some basketball? Yeah. So that's where he was, yeah. Can you imagine Mr. Kim Jong-un sitting here, chilling out, you know, drinking his energy drink or I don't know what, his Coke, sitting here, the dictator of North Korea in Switzerland. Yeah, I mean, nobody would choose like a school in Switzerland where they speak Swiss German. Well, I mean, the entire financial elite and nobility, they all go to schools like in Switzerland, but they go to international schools, not a school where they speak Swiss German. They probably always have been speaking Swiss German, you know. So here's the other side of the school then. So there's the school again from the other side. It's nice and green. Some nice mountains behind here. So it says to Steinhölzli, that's where the dictator went to school. It's a little nice, isn't it? So here's the street, Hildegard Street, where the school is there, where the dictator went to school. So this is where he lived, this here. And just next to the school, probably 5 minutes walk, or not even. It means the church street number 10. Just wonder if there's some more Koreans living here now. Probably. So here's a wine cellar here. I don't know what it is. We have shots around. So this is where the dictator of North Korea lived. So if he turns left there and then right and immediately left, there's a school. It's 2 minutes. So there's number 10. This is where he walks in. And turn left here, and then right, and the school is there where the trees are. Quite near. And this is the big street here. This one went to his house there, here, right. And here he went to school. And there where the shell is, he turned left, probably some way here in between. It's well, you can do it in 1 minute. So this is where the dictator lived. Pharmacy, some friendly Swiss people. Yeah, look at them. A zombie. Cheeseburger, McDonald's, a pizza restaurant. Yeah. This is called the white nigger system. Excuse me the expression, my black brothers. I'm totally on your side. So outside black, or Korean in this case, and inside white and Swiss. So a Swiss woman finds herself a Korean, have a mixed child, and the Korean father either dies or gets extradited and never sees his child again, which gets raised by octagon. Then if it's a girl, she finds herself some Korean again, and the same technique gets reproduced, only this time the fruit of the second generation looks much more Korean, that is, from the outside only. Then 3 more similar generations and the outcome looks like real Korean, like Kim Jong-un, but the inside is what? Well, yes, white, and he even speaks Swiss German. So it must be assumed that all the 800 participants of the GCSP program in Geneva are all the result of the white nigger system, which, by the way, had been experimented a lot too in the Nazi concentration camps, the Lebensborn program, and surely the North Korean concentration camps. But the idea is much older and dates back to the days of Pharaoh. So you better not make any children with a Swiss, cause chances are fairly high you'll never see your beloved child again, as I had to find out the hard way. And no Swiss legal system will abide by the laws, as they were supposed to in octagon of lawlessness and Nazi Templar rule. You know, it's all about human processing, you know, by its eugenics and having a farmed human race by the by some certain Swiss laws of modeling mankind. Now just look at the facts. Now why would a North Korean dictator speak Swiss German, spend 7 years in a normal Swiss school and send his army officers for some war and assault rifle training at some bogus Geneva NGO? Well, here he is, Leonardo Conti, the head of the Lebensborn and the farming of the human race, and you know, doing the black nigger, the white nigger program as well, you know, and having total control over human bodies and making a mix and all sorts of experiments. And this guy was Swiss. This is Octagon. He was the Reich Minister of Health and a Nazi general, an SS general. He was Swiss, Leonardo Conti, having total control over human bodies and doing all these sort of things. You know, this is behind the Korean leader speaking Swiss German. You know, Leonardo Conti, a Swiss Nazi general working for the Lebensborn. That's what I'm telling you about. This is the real force behind it all. The farming of the human, of mankind as a farmed race. Well, there he is again, Leonardo Conti, and the origins of the Nazi genocide, and you may live, you may not live, you know, and it's all Swiss. It's from Switzerland. It's Octagon. See my other film on the Swiss sadist Leonardo Conti. And the same thing, this is now it's all related with North Korea, and the same thing happening there. So this is in Könitz. It's real near to Kim Jong-un from Switzerland. 1610 with the famous, like the Swiss Templars cross. So I just showed you the card was full. There's the bear, like the Blackwater sign, you know, with the barefoot, Schwarzwasser. Was that serpents? So this is in the same town, like, well, it is all burned, but very near to where the dictator lived. It's a sort of a part of a sort of castle which is there. Templars. Obelisk with the world domination and the devil. Always next to the water for Isis. Very old church. So this is all next to where the dictator lived. Now let's have a look at that grave there. It says Baumeister. That's a title in a Freemason lodge, Baumeister. Nobility. I don't know what that is. It looks like it looks very occult, you know, with the two pillars. I don't know what that is. Ja, ihr habt auch nun Traurigkeit, aber ich will euch wiedersehen und euer Herz soll sich freuen. So they're talking about the resurrection and the like life after. Baumeister, yeah, like means a mason. And by the way, Switzerland too had eugenics institutes practicing forced sterilization on young healthy people until 1996, and children slaves in concentration camps until 1989, who were raped, beaten to death and starved to death just as in North Korea. They were called the Verdingkinder. So you can, I'll put it in the links for you. It says 1950 or something. Well, that's not true. They did it until 1989. Octagon has their dirty little fingers in any crime against humanity, in the past, now, and the turmoils to come.